Okay, this is episode 3 of the Flash Gordon film series made in 1936, starring Buster Crabbe as the eponymous hero. It's called Captured by Sharkmen, and my review of it follows at the end of the film. So I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Oh, you hurt, Flash? No, I'm all right, thanks to you. Let go. We've got to stop it. It's our only chance to save Dale. Come on.
Sacred song, sound the final note which completes the marriage ceremony. Great God, hail, is this free? Captain, do not let them escape. Majesty, this marriage cannot take place. It has destroyed our great god Tail.
Howard, did you not hear my father's command?
Fleeing into the passage that leads to the underground river. Prepare to operate the water trap.
That will deliver them to Caleb, king of the shark men.
Well,
The Earthman Warden must not be killed. He is mine.
obey my order. You order their death? No, Dr. Sarko. Death will not come to them so easily. Majesty, we must appease Tail.
Princess Aura has followed the others into the river tunnel.
Turn to your controls at once. Notify Caleb of the shark men to make prisoners of them all, my daughter included, if they live to reach his palace.
Steady, Dan.
What are they?
I don't know, but they're headed this way. Look out!
What has happened to the others?
Why do you want to know?
Because I can say, tell me.
They went that way.
Hurt me You'll help.
I'll do anything to help my friend.
Where are you taking us? Kayla, king of the shark men. Open the water valve. Head straight to King Kayla's palace.
You know, I'm going to learn how to operate one of these things. I come in handy. Say, what's that? It's an Octosak.
Take it. Bring the helmet.
What are these?
If anything happens to the hydrocycle, there's enough oxygen in the helmet to take us to the surface.
What can happen?
That Octosak sees us. Plenty will happen. Now's our chance. That shark will keep us busy. Full speed ahead.
His Supreme Intelligence, Ming the Merciless, ruler of the universe, has ordered that you, Dale Arden, be returned to him.
For what reason?
One does not question the orders of Ming, they are obeyed.
Yes. Obeyed by you and other puppets.
I am King Kayla.
You, who call yourself a king, are a coward.
Coward, I can crush the life out of you with my hands.
If I could be killed by a weakling like you, I should welcome it.
Then prepare yourself. said I could kill him, and I will.
Your hands aren't strong enough, Kayla.
The daggers. First man to ever defeat me in physical combat. I salute you. Take them to their separate quarters. See that they are both released in the morning.
Thank you, Kayla. Don't worry, Dale. Everything's all right.
Strength against Kayla and live.
Okay, I thought that was a good episode. The action was pretty unrelenting from start to finish. Once again, this whole series seems to be a fairly action-packed series of films so far, and this episode is no exception. Flash manages to break back into Ming's palace in order to rescue Dale from the clutches of the evil Emperor Ming, who's about to marry her. And he manages to do so only to then fall into the clutches of the Sharkmen, and he's then taken back via that curious little spacecraft that looks like a bit like a flying fish to the kingdom of the Sharkmen, which is ruled by King Kala. He then does battle with King Kala, who he defeats, needless to say. And King Kala, apparently impressed by this, then says that he's going to give Flash and Dale their freedom, um, saying that Flash is the first person who's ever defeated him in armed or unarmed combat, which is a bit surprising because he has the physique of a blancmange. But in any case, he's supposedly going to release them. He then goes back on his word and then imprisons him in a dungeon, um, and declares to Dale that he's going to have him eaten by the what's called the Octosak, which is basically an octopus with a giant testicle attached to it. And so the episode ends with Flash grappling with this Octosak, and that's where the episode ends. It's a pretty good episode. I think the guy playing King Kala is actually pretty good. Really, he may not be convincing fighting Flash, but I think he has a suitable air of menace about him, unlike the guy playing Emperor Ming. Um, and it's a pretty good episode. I find myself watching much of it trying to decides how shaggable Jean Rogers was as Dale. I think maybe she's sexier than Suzanne Fields was in Flesh Gordon. Certainly, the latter was done up to look exactly like her, even down to her hairstyle and the dress that she was wearing. Um, but I think arguably Jean Rogers was actually sexier in this than Suzanne Fields was. But no, I think it was a pretty good episode. I mean, as usual, the special effects were pretty corny. I think the Kingdom of the Sharkmen looks a bit like a Lego set that someone's put on a table. I don't think you really have any sense that it's some sort of giant kingdom. Um, as for the Octosak, I mean that was essentially a filmed octopus, grappling with other sea creatures. But I mean, one thing that I think you get a sense of is I think ironically there is a sense of realism with a lot of these early films. Despite the naivety of a lot of these special effects, I think there is a sense of realism because then they're not able to create the souped up effects that happened in Hollywood movies, particularly from the 1980s onward, which ironically I think gives a sense of surrealism that we now associate with Hollywood, particularly with action sequences, which was absent really in these early films. Consequently, I think the irony is that you get more of a sense of realism about a lot of the action that goes on. And also, I think the actors themselves were often picked specifically for that purpose because Buster Crabbe, of course, was an Olympic swimmer, and consequently, he looks quite convincing in the action sequences. So it's often I think it lends a degree of authenticity, which I think is often lacking in more recent films that are made. But no, it was a good episode. I think it was enjoyable. And certainly, I'm looking forward to watching the next episode and finding out how Flash is going to manage to vanquish the Octosak and proceed and escape from the Sharkman. So yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know what your take was on that episode in the comments below.